What's up, guys? Excalibur here. Just want to do a little recap of the past week and go through a couple charts for this upcoming week. Um, it's the second time recording this. First time my voice was super low, so hopefully we could do this. But overall, on the weekly for ES, we opened. I mean, not the craziest move. We're down 0.5%. Not horrible. A lot of people went full bullish here. We're bullish. We're hitting all-time highs. Then everyone was like, "Oh, stock market crash." People are still talking about stock market crash. I personally don't think crash. I think we're still correcting, but all eyes are on 4,000 for ES. Definitely watching that to hold. But we had a nice overall push from that FOMC. Well, Monday, Tuesday were a lot of chop, really boring. You those were days you could take it off. I love playing FOMC both ways. You could tell I played it both ways. Made money both ways. Definitely paper handed both ways. But um, huge push up. And then what I try telling people is buyers have to accept price up here. Are they going to buy in again up here, or are sellers going to take it back down? We've been balanced. Buyers and sellers have just been balanced. Finally, buyers took it up, and buyers need to come back in here and push it back up. Usually on these huge pushes, we kind of don't see a continuation, especially on FOMC, especially with the bad news. Wasn't the craziest good news. I don't know why we ran, but you know, main thing was to watch that huge, that high from the FOMC. If we were able to push past it, we were. Of course, you could tell we weren't. I told people watch the price where we took off. Hopefully we come back down, get some trap buyers, push it up again. But unfortunately, we weren't able to do that. But the main thing with FOMC, you got to realize that everyone bought down here. Everyone bought at 415, 4150. Why on the next day are you going to get people to buy at 4,300 after a 150 point move? You know what I'm saying? The sellers just need to stay strong. They don't need to, we got a bunch of new buyers here. Buyers need to stay strong. Unfortunately, they were probably smart. Sold out in a day. It's a huge move. A lot of profit taken on that huge move. NQ is a little rougher, farther down here, but of course tech does take a bigger hit with interest rates. Definitely, if you're going to be, a lot of puts helped me a lot this past week. Just watching the 10-year yield. The 10-year yield was up 5% sometimes. Definitely helped with overall looking at the puts. VIX, we'll turn on my chart. VIX, we're not getting past this 37 spot. We had a nice rejection here. Came back up the other day, rejected here. I've been charting VIX a little bit like this, especially if we hit those higher time frame supply and demand. So you can tell right here. I'd like to see VIX come down to 26 and see if we reject there and push back up. ES, I told people a lot on my pre-market video. I was like, this is why I like the little jobs data. We had that push up. We had a rally from the data here. We based, we dropped, we based, and then we dropped again. So going into this, spots I'm looking for is here where we had a sell-off. The agreed on price right before open, sellers came in open. So, these two zones right here are the ones I'm looking at. If we continue to head down, this one's a 4-hour one from way back a while ago, which we actually, let's look back. Hopefully not freeze. Yeah, Here's a 4 hour back from May 13th of last year. We did hit well, but for me, these demands, when we sold off 5% and we're selling off another 3% here, 8% down in a day, and a day and an hour, definitely not looking to take that bounce unless it's like a little quick bounce. So a lot of stocks did bounce there, did bounce into demand, but I didn't take a lot of calls there. I just took Nvidia, but overall, main thing was to look at these two zones and just watch what happens when we get back to these zones. There's boom. That's all you need. 0 day. It's over 100%. 1% down move on SPY. Smaller time frame, so I would not try to attempt that zone again. It could bounce again, but for me, I'd like that first tap. And then we're watching this zone. I was like, keep your stop loss, just slightly above in case we do wick. They love the wick. You know, they kind of wanted to, sometimes wick, which did happen. We hit that zone, and there's that wick. We actually had a smaller zone right here. This is where I think I took SPY or QQQ right here. There's a smaller, minus 60%. Still a huge move. 0 day SPYs, I mean, you're making good. You're making good, 50 to 100% on that move if you timed depth, exit, and entrance pretty, on point. But there's that one rejection, then they kind of wicked the box up here. Another rejection. We'll just let it play out. And then, I was showing, I didn't get anything till later day. I wanted to get into that a call, I think at close, but we just had this 15-minute zone here, and then we tapped it end of day. But pretty solid, intraday SPY on the 15-minute right there. Just go through some charts. Overall, Apple, I'm waiting for kind of just flagging, but kind of weird looking flag. Probably move that to there. No, doesn't look the best. I'm still waiting for this 151 where we had this daily drop base and then that 13-day, 14-day in a row green. Definitely wait for it to come back down there. AMD, we're kind of getting tighter and tighter. Right here, they're definitely keeping 92. We had one move off 92 and another huge move off 92. But the moves are getting weaker and weaker. So I have a alert to see if we get down at 93, 92. See if we get another little bounce here. Nice little quick play here. I'm definitely watching 100 to short it. I'm not sure if it's going to break through 100. Tesla's a waiting game. I want IV to drop on Tesla so I could actually play it instead of having to go like $100 out of the money. Unless you want to buy a contract worth $1,000. But big moves are right here. This drop after earnings, base drop, huge drop, and then you have your drop base rally right here with this 10 green days in a row. So we're just consolidating pretty much in between those two zones. Facebook, bigger frame. We have a huge gap above, and we also have this gap here from earnings. Not sure which way it's going to go. A lot of people are looking at this on the weekly, and it's called a shooter, where you have this huge upper wick, and then sellers push it down. So buyers just couldn't push it up. You can tell sellers out manhandled buyers big time. But that's on the weekly. A lot of tickers do look like that because of the FOMC push, and then sellers came in. Of course, it's going to affect the weekly candle. But smaller time frame, Facebook. We've been having a nice bounce off this like 200 area, 200 zone, but we have hit it once, twice, 3 times, so I'm not really looking for a bounce there. So I think I should take that off. I might look for a bounce at 196.63. We had that drop after earnings sell off, and then they bought it back up. Bought it up to 224. So nice 30-point move right there. Hopefully we come down, bounce again. Microsoft. This is a weird zone, but it did work out the other day. But I think Microsoft is looking a little weaker, definitely a little weaker. Whatnot. Nvidia, I've been playing Nvidia really, really awesome intraday, kind of 15-minute, 30-minute zones. Loving it. You're in and out in 10, 15 minutes and you're up 50%. 50% with Nvidia is a lot. It's better dollars. You could be on $100, $150 on these contracts. Really, really nice. We hit the zone. This is a far back zone that we hit. But the zones don't really look very well, look very good for me upcoming for this week. Definitely going to let Nvidia do its thing probably Monday and then look for it. Maybe possibly watch up here if we do rally, but that's a 30-minute. I kind of want to stick to these higher time frames, give you more confidence, more confidence. But you could tell Nvidia kind of consolidating right here. Look what happened last time it consolidated like this. Huge drop, kind of consolidating. Let's see which way it's going to go. It looks like they kind of wicked it below, so possibly they could push it back up. Not sure. Square, not really looking to because of earnings. Earnings was super, super weird on Nvidia or on Square. I think it ran after hours, sold off hard, and then kind of really found buyers at 88. So we're back down here again, maybe possibly buy in kind of 88 area, 91 to 88. Other charts, we'll just stick on the daily on these other charts. Affirm just taking a big hit. A lot of these stocks. Affirm 178, now it's 26. Amazon, the only thing I'm really looking at Amazon is this 2042, which I believe it's a weekly. No, it's a daily. Get a daily rally-based rally. Only really thing I'm looking at for Amazon. Crowd hitting this daily, but crowd volume's weird. FedEx, I'm waiting for it. If we get back down to this 199, 200 area, kind of watch for a bounce up and play it to that 217. Google, nothing really screams out recently on that one. Lucid, just waiting for that. I'm waiting for way up here. If we do rally back up there, I think it was probably a 24-hour. I like to do daily and then 24-hour. I don't know what that zone was. Moderna. Definitely maybe watching Moderna on Monday. We have this little drop and then a huge push up. Definitely watch at 130 to 122. So you come down here, get more buyers. And then they bought it up. They bought it up pretty well at this area twice, possibly a third time. Pretty solid. Buyers love this price. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times they bought at this price. So let's see if they want to buy it again. But other than that, I like to show. Let's show Roku. Roku's been respecting its supply and demands. Higher time frame. Daily base, huge drop. Kind of had a base drop. Came back up here, tagged the supply on the 4th. Huge short. Would have been beautiful. Missed that one. When Thursday, Friday. Well, I mean, any short Thursday, Friday was good. So not really sad about missing stuff. But actually came down to, I think, a 1 hour. There's that 1 hour base, and you have a huge green candle, mine are blue, but they're green. That's where you want to look. Definitely where you want to look at when you have a strong buyer presence. to have it come back down here. Look at how it tapped that, pushed it back up from 94 to 104. Would have been a nice play. But overall, a lot of charts are looking a little rough. I think we're kind of in a make or break with CPI coming up. Definitely watch, 4,000 is going to be the main big area to hold. But other than that, I don't have much. Most of my plays are probably going to be intraday supply and demand, unless something looks completely obvious on the daily. But last week was definitely hard with the FOMC. If you're looking at it, we have a huge move up. Like on the daily, this is really hard to chart for our supply and demand, just because technically I would take that, but that's huge. But this one on the daily, but also we hit it once, twice already. So, there might not be sellers in that area. Sellers are strong at 4,300, but buyers were able to get past it before. But that's gonna do it for me. Let's be smart this week. Had a great week last week. Things are just clicking with supply and demand. I'm loving it. A lot more. Trying to time plays. I still work on my entrances, but definitely just wait for the price to come to you, buy in, and then take your money. Definitely not gonna swing. I started to swing like 2 weeks ago. I'm pretty sure all those swings went red and did very bad. So definitely still not gonna see swinging. Still taking my you know basically automatic 50% sell and moving on. But let's kill it this way. You guys have any questions? Please send me a DM. I'm always here. Always could guide you through stuff and definitely or could guide you in the right direction. But y'all have a great rest of your Mother's Day and let's kill it tomorrow.